Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Tufts Gymnasium here on the campus of Tufts University for tonight's non-conference clash, pitting the engineers at WPI and your Tufts Jumbos. Fans, it's time we ask you, please rise and play the national anthem. Let's be the starter. Begin with the visitors from Worcester. Begin with a junior guard from Leominster, Massachusetts. With a junior center from Los Angeles, California. Number 11, Spencer Vision. A soccer guard from Delaware, Massachusetts, number 23, Taylor Formister.
Hello, everybody. Good evening to all. This is Max Goldfarb on play-by-play, joined by. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Trevor Russo, sophomore color commentator. Max, this is your second game here. You excited?
That is correct. I am excited. First time doing play-by-play. Excited for the call tonight. So we have the 16-1 Tufts Jumbos, 4-1 in the NESCAC. This happens to be an out-of-conference game against the Worcester Polytechnic Institute Engineers, a team that has struggled of late, loses a 4 in a row, and have also gotten winless on the road. So let's see if they can change their fortunes tonight. Trevor, so what do you think the keys to the game are tonight for the Jumbos?
Well, this is, I'm going to be a little frank here. This is not probably one of the Jumbos' toughest opponents that they've had to face all year. This is an opponent that has played Emerson, a team that the Jumbos defeated by around 30 points when those two teams squared off a month ago, actually. But the Jumbos have had their scoring output, a little drop down before. They were scoring 90-plus every game the early part of the season. Slowed down a bit. Of course, that big loss to Bowdoin really kind of would have seemed to derail them, but it seems like the Jumbos are back in form. They've won their last 4, including a 21-point win over Bates. So I think just kind of stick to what they've been doing all year. Great Jumbo defense. Don't stick off the shooters. They're not great shooters, so make sure that, if you're going to play anything, try to play those inside shots. Don't really look for them to shoot all that often. They don't really have anyone who can shoot. And, of course, I'd say maybe feed the ball to DeCandido tonight. WPI, the one thing that they really do well is defend the perimeter. So if they can really, get it to the big players here, Briggs, DeCandido, I think they'll be in excellent shape for this one. So I think if the Jumbos score upwards of 45 points, they win this game.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Interestingly enough, with WPI, they haven't allowed more than 75 points in a game. So you mentioned Tufts' lower scoring output as of late, so we could maybe see that continue, a bit of a defensive struggle. So on starting lineups, we got at the point right now, handling the ball, number 3, Jack Knapp, the lone senior on the team. We have the other guard, number 11, Molly Ryan, freshman from my home state of New Jersey. We got at At the forward positions, number 10, Kaylin Harrington. Number 22, Emily Briggs, and number 44, Dee Candido. So now we jump into the action with WPI on possession.
Yeah, Knapp just on that possession, we were doing starting lineups. Knapp had an excellent shot as number 33, Alyssa Paul, drains that three there. She's been shooting over 40% from three on the season. Clearly the Jumbo's best shooter and really the contender for best player. She is also the Jumbo's captain and also a new JumboCast subscriber, so thank you for that.
Love to see the support from the teams themselves.
Yeah, they turn it over there, though. Looks like actually not sure what happened there. I think they must have hit it out of bounds. A little bit of a mishap here. One turnover for each team.
So now we have seemingly WPI's best player just passing the ball there, Spencer Vincent. The only player averaging nearly 1 block per game.
Yeah, look at all this rotation the Jumbos are doing on defense. They're clearly not afraid to match, anyone up with anyone. They force the turnover there, second of the day.
Dee Candido slows it down, gives it to Ryan. Ryan to Briggs down to the post. Turns back, shot. A couple of friendly rolls, sinks it in.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that one bounced back and forth. I thought it was going out, but you cannot give Emily Briggs that much space. Scoring over 11 points per game on the year. She has really just blossomed in her sophomore season into one of the Jumbo's really three best players on the court.
Absolutely. Love to see that ball luck working there, too. We got Ryan on ball defense, Briggs in the post. Double team. Oh, nice screen by Vincent. Oh, what a steal by Ryan. He slows it down. Looks for Knapp. Knapp from three. Miss. Rebound recovered by Bauermeister.
Yeah, Knapp usually makes that one, but she's going to get right back on defense here.
Some defense by Knapp on the perimeter. Passed over. Handled by Savage. Looks for an option. Oh, near steal by Knapp.
Yeah, one thing you're going to always notice is the Jumbos, as they're actually going to call an offensive foul here on number 25, McKenna Finken. The Jumbos always get their hands on the ball. They're not afraid to really get in the opponent's face. You'll see them often. I mean, you just saw 2 steals within a matter of 3 minutes. So look for more steals, more turnovers, a lot more pressure. They like to force opponents to really think about where they keep the ball, where to move it.
Absolutely. And just taking a look through WPI's schedule, it doesn't seem like they faced necessarily the stiffest of challenges, so Tufts needs to make sure they keep on with getting hands and passing lanes, disrupting play for WPI, making it hard to create any offensive plays. So we break from the timeout here with the score of 5 for the Jumbos, 3 for the Engineers. Possession for Tufts. Inbound coming in from Dee Candido to Knapp, who takes it nice and slow, surveys, ball to Dee Candido. WPI looks like it's playing some sort of press. Knapp breaks it, slows it down.
Yeah, interesting strategy. They might be trying to force some more turnovers because I think that's really the thing that's going to keep WPI in the game is if the Jumbos really play a sloppy, uncharacteristic type of basketball.
Absolutely. Shot attempt by Dee Candido, miss. Rebound eventually recovered by Briggs. Kick out to Knapp.
Yeah, rare three for Dee Candido. Only that's her 19th on the year.
Kick out to Harrington. Shot up, miss. Recovered by Vincent. Pushed up fast by Bauermeister. Up, lost control. Nice swipe by, looks like Ryan. Jump ball goes in favor of the Engineers. So ball will be retained by the red.
Actually, no, I think Jumbos are going to get possession there.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, because they Engineers won the opening tip-off.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Possession arrow.
Possession arrow, if there's one thing you're going to learn in your time here at Tufts is that the possession arrow is always wrong.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can't go by that. All right, so we resume here. Ryan with the ball. Gives it down to Briggs. It's a couple of moves. Kick out to Ryan again. Drive, layup up. Nice touch for 2.
What a phenomenal shot. You don't really see Molly Ryan drive that often. She's more of a 3-and-D type player, and you love to see that growth.
Absolutely. Looks like as she goes along in her freshman year, she has gained that confidence to go for the aggressive drives. Foul committed by, I think, Ryan.
Yeah, they're going to give that to Ryan.
Non-shooting, obviously. Inbound will come in.
But there again, you see just how active the Jumbos are on defense. They're maybe about a foot past the perimeter, and they're already trying to strip the ball.
Not afraid to commit fouls. It's impressive to see. So we have the substitutes of Sophia Rosa, and it looks like, and yeah, Jeanette Wadolowski.
That's going to be a travel there. Looks like she took the extra step before driving into Rosa.
Jack Knapp takes it. The press still applied by WPI. Let's see if Tufts can break it. DiCandido lays it off to Knapp. Wadolowski looks for the shot. Knapp gives down to DiCandido. Double teamed. Swung eventually over to Ryan, who puts it up for 3. Bang. 3 points for Molly Ryan.
And that's
Now they're leading scorer with 5.
Yeah, that's what you want to see out of Molly Ryan, is her converting those threes. I was saying early in the season when she was shooting around 40% that her being able to convert at that clip or something close to that will really go a long way as one of the...
Right, it stretches the floor a ton, and now you see a steal by Knapp. Moved over to DiCandido. Long 2 miss. Ryan with the tenacious rebound. Brings it down to Rosa. Double team, passed over Wadolowski. Converted for 2.
What a beautiful play. Rosa had her back to the basket and was still able to see Wadolowski coming in from the perimeter. That's the kind of connection that these Jumbos have.
Impressive vision for sure.
Especially for 2 freshmen to convert that sort of play.
Absolutely. So now we are at least on a 7-0 run. Let's see if WPI can stop the bleeding.
It was a little disorganized on defense, but good closeout by Rosa there.
Yep. DiCandido forces that turnover by Vincent making an errant pass. Ryan pass to Knapp. Knapp over to DiCandido to the post but for Rosa. Another great look to Wadolowski. Wow, almost identical to their last possession.
Yeah, Wadolowski, thanks to our little handy program here, she's coming off of, she recently came off an injury in the game against Bates. I think you did that one actually, right?
That's correct.
Scoring 8 points and 5 rebounds in just 10 minutes. So she is going to be, also important for the Jumbos down this stretch run. And another stat that's going to blow your mind, 7 turnovers already for WPI.
Wow. Crazy to hear. And you can say a big contributor on the turnover front is the senior Jack Knapp, who averaged 3.5 last week. And looks to continue to try to get up to that figure again. We see more substitutes. Off goes Molly Ryan in favor of Sadie Otward.
Yeah, Molly Ryan with 3 of those steals.
What a great start to the game. Tenacious as usual. Rosa goes out to the perimeter to defend Savage. Vincent puts up a layup. Miss. Possession goes to the Jumbos.
Yeah, Vincent does not seem happy by that. She kind of slapped her teammate's hand angrily. She probably wanted the foul, but you got to know the Jumbos are always going to play you hard.
Absolutely. DiCandido with the ball, gives it over to Knapp. Keeping it slow, pass over to Otley. Surveys back to Knapp. Over to Wadolowski. DiCandido with the easy step in and a converted 2.
Yeah, you can see this. It's very interesting, actually. The WPI defense is sort of shifting with the ball instead of really playing the player, so to speak.
Absolutely. So they're having an issue anticipating that next pass, where when it happens, Tufts goes in super easily for a layup of 2.
Yeah, you're going to see Tufts. I mean, with that last play with DiCandido, yes, she had 3-4 players surrounding her there, and she's going to make that shot almost every time.
Absolutely. It's impressive to see a big like her typically play on the perimeter, but be able to stretch the floor on her own by sinking down and being an option for easy layups.
Yeah, and another stat, she's also second on the team in assists as a 5'11" forward. So, just so versatile. And I think that's one of the great things about this Jumbos team instead of years past is they can kind of really, a lot of the players can really do it all.
Absolutely.
I mean, except for the shooting. The shooting is not there, but it's been better than last year, which is a good sign for the Jumbos.
No doubt. I mean, we talked earlier about the evolution, if you will, of Molly Ryan from going from a 3-and-D player to now having more confidence to take drives. It's great to see the roles of each Jumbo player be a little more wide-reaching.
Exactly. And as we also talked about before this game, not a lot of people graduating, but the one person that is going to be that's a key contributor, Jack Knapp.
Sad to see. And you can see her leadership taking over right now by really doing a nice job of commanding the point and running things well on the defensive side too. So we resume here with WPI's possession. Passed over to Savage. DeCandido on ball defense at the perimeter. She can do it all. Rosa out there as well. Passed over, cross-court pass with Otley defending. Attempted strip by Knapp. Called for a reach, I believe. Looks like
they're going to put that on Otley.
Looks like it'll be an inbound for WPI. Oh, bounced off the back of DeCandido.
What a play. DeCandido with her back to Savage there. What a smart play.
Seriously.
Bouncing it off her into the layup. I've never seen that in my life.
I know.
I guess DeCandido is going to have to be more careful after that one.
Seriously, that could spell a little momentum change. DeCandido with the miss there. Recovered by Marecki of WPI. Takes the ball now, holds it, gives it off to Savage.
I mean, how do you even think of that at the moment?
DeCandido didn't even seem to react after the fact, maybe in complete shock.
Yeah.
Ball passed over, out into the perimeter, drive. Looking for options, Knapp on Tylee, maybe bring over a second player. Looks like a 5-second violation. Smothering defense by Knapp. Forces the turnover.
Yeah, so it's really, I mean, like we were saying, they don't have a lot of shooting on this WPI team. And the Jumbos, because they're so good on defense and each player can really just handle, drives by guards, they're not playing that off.
Exactly.
And if you're trying to drive, you're just going to get, which is what WPI wants, you're going to get, Sophia Rosa or DeCandido covering that paint. So there's really not a lot they can do, which is why that that off the back thing was so important.
Absolutely. Tufts has enough confidence in their physicality to have their bigs, DeCandido, Rosa, play on the perimeter, expect to drive, and be able to have the stamina, really possession after possession, to sink down into the paint and defend, as the score suggests, those drives valiantly. Briggs comes into the game, possessing the ball here. Otley over to Ryan, who's back in. Briggs posting up, faces the double team. Easy pass to Rosa for two.
Yeah, just, a little lazy on defense there. Didn't see Rosa driving. Had the double team to Briggs. One of them should have rotated.
Seriously.
And did not.
Seriously. Tufts just too quick for them. Briggs nearly with the steal. As we get under a minute here in this dominating first quarter for the Jumbos. Just 5 points surrendered to WPI. Ball tries to up. Ball goes out to WPI. Shot attempted. Nearly rebounded by Rosa, but WPI gets the offensive rebound. Goes back up to the point for Savage. Looks like this will be their last possession of the quarter. Ball out. Shot attempted by Marecki. Miss. Looks like a foul on the Jumbos. Potentially Janet Wadalowski. Substitute coming in. We have Angela Alabrandi coming in for Sophia Rosa.
Yeah, Otley picking up her second. So now it's shot clock is off. So
a pair of offensive rebounds, but now a turnover brings the possession over to the Jumbos. So they will look to maybe ice the ball a little bit for one last shot in the quarter on a high note. We'll have Molly Ryan bring up the ball now.
Yeah, Saren Lyons called for the offensive foul there. Must have moved and blocked on a screen.
Clock winds down. Ryan with the drive. Kick to Alibrandi, who sinks it in for 2. A fitting end to this quarter. A drive, look to the paint, easy layup. Very characteristic of the Jumbos in this game.
And that was such a strong layup, too, by Alibrandi.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Using her body well. I mean, as I mentioned before the broadcast, after scoping the lineups, as I did for the last game as well. I mean, it seems like Tufts really has a much bigger lineup than most of the teams it faces, and I mean, considering their skill too, it's just a two-pack punch that the Engineers don't seem to be able to handle too well.
Yeah, I think it's just the athleticism and also the physicality of the Jumbos that we've been really talking about for this entire first quarter.
It's incredible.
I mean, we were saying it before pregame, they're going to get hands, they're going to be physical, it's going to be hard to score on this Jumbos defense. And look at that, 5 points in the quarter.
Wow.
How does that happen?
Seriously.
That's 2 shots were made by WPI in the entire quarter. I mean, they had nowhere to go. You could see it for yourself. You can't drive past the Jumbos. You can't really, out-muscle them because you're going to get called for a foul, as they were called for fouls a couple times there. And WPI doesn't have shooting. Right. So that's going to be really the issue. And that's kind of the issue a lot of teams see against the Jumbos, is if they don't have that three-point shooting, then, it's going to be hard to stretch the floor.
No doubt.
And, of course, you also see 8 turnovers versus 2. So tells you all you need to know.
It's incredible. So we start the second quarter here. Ball in WPI's possession. Ryan at the point. Screen applied. Ryan switching over. Knapp on defense now. Still on the perimeter. Drive. Lay it put up. Miss. Knapp with the rebound.
And you don't want to take that shot. That was contested.
Low percentage, absolutely.
Yeah.
Briggs with the 3. Rare for her. Miss. Rebound recovered by Bauermeister.
Yeah, Briggs is 6'3" of the day. We've already seen DeCandido try one too. So the Jumbos, just firing away at this point.
Doing whatever they want, really, at will. Briggs on defense now. Ball kicked out to the top. Vincent down low, their leading scorer. Shot, nearly. Rebound recovered by Briggs. Knapp looking to push the pace. Slowed down, dropped off to Ryan. Briggs with the ball at the perimeter now. Bit of an errant pass, sails out of bounds. Possession, Engineers.
Yeah, you saw a decent amount of that when Briggs was a freshman. You kind of see the errant passes. One of the things she did so well, and in that playoff run, was the steals and the great effort in the post. A lot less of that now as she's a sophomore.
Sure. Seems like she's matured. And I think it's great in a game like this that she has the opportunity to stretch herself out to the perimeter to put herself in a position to make, to try out some more of those passes. So we resume here. Engineer possession. Knapp nearly with the steal. Bounces it off her own foot to go out of bounds, but you'll have to see that aggression. So we see an inbound by Scariati. Whistle blown.
Bit of a conference here. Maybe they're trying to decide whether the Jumbos should get possession or maybe it bounced off someone's foot. And I guess they decide that is not what happened, and the original call stands. So, good to see the referees talking.
No doubt. Ball pass into Bauermeister. Shot clock winding down and down to 2. Vincent puts up the shot before the clock. Nearly. Briggs with the rebound. And an over the back, it seems. Committed by Alyssa Paul. We get DeCandido back in. Certainly having a good night. Briggs goes out. And we also see a substitute of Katie Martinson for number 30, Alibrandi. Ryan with the ball at the top of the key. Pass over to Harrington. Well, as she's fallen, makes the great pass to Knapp. Over to Ryan on the opposite side for 3. Miss. Rebound. Wow. Great job of keeping herself in. Harrington with the rebound. Knapp takes it, drive over to Harrington now. Looks like we might have gotten a travel there. Or
no, they're going to get
offensive foul committed by Martinson.
Yeah, but I mean, Harrington really kept that possession alive. She didn't score, but she set screens. That strong rebound where 2 players were on her.
And kept it in, kept it in bounds.
She collected that rebound at the perimeter. And I guess that's also an indictment on really the
steal by Ryan.
Here
Possession.
WPI.
Absolutely. Possession now with the Jumbos. Harrington, once again with the ball. Drives, looks for an option, kicks it out to DeCandido. Moves it over to Knapp. Couple dribbles. Over to DeCandido once again. Pump fake with the drive now. Harrington puts up a 3. Miss. Rebound recovered by Scariati.
Yeah, and imagine the score right now if they had hit on at least 3 more of those 3-pointers. They are, they're 2 of 7 right now. I think 2 of 8 when this score updates, but they're just dominating them in every way right now.
Right. I mean, that's the one key thing that could really propel them to a potential national championship winning level if they can improve their perimeter shooting or at least take better looks. That could put him in a position to make a deep run. So now we come back here with Tufts possession. DeCandido with the 3, miss. Looks like we moved to 2 for 9. WPI with the ball now. Could bring it up to the top of the perimeter. Moving it around some. Looking for some options. Not much movement. That's something that could certainly turn their fortunes if they could create a little disruption to throw off the Tufts defense. Drive. Kicks it out. Over to the opposite side. 3 attempted. Miss. Recovered by Knapp for the rebound. Pushes the pace. Finds Harrington. Kick over to Ryan for the deep 2. Another miss. Harrington. Yet another rebound. Up to Knapp, who slows it down. Yeah, it is pretty incredible to think what this score would be if Tufts were converting on some of these deeper shots. But hey, why not get the practice in such a lopsided game? Yeah.
Well, Tufts, if we're really talking about, they also haven't scored in this quarter, if you think about it.
Seriously.
It's almost been 5 full minutes, and there's the first 2 of the quarter there by DeCandido.
The ever trustworthy DeCandido putting Tufts on the board to start. Start the second.
But this is a little concerning to see if you are the Jumbos on the offensive side of the ball at least, because you're not going to get these chances against like a Bowdoin or an Amherst. You're going to have to shoot.
Exactly. So they only have themselves to blame for the misses they're committing. Knapp with the rebound, gets some press from WPI, but slows it down now. Yep. In Tufts territory.
Also, Vincent's second 3 of the day for someone who is, 6'2". Those are not the shots she should be taking.
I guess she thinks she needs to put the game in her own hands as their leading scorer. Harrington with the clock running down. DeCandido now stripped. Look at
hard foul there by DeCandido.
Up fast with a little. Kind of just on her face, Vincent. Ball will stay, obviously, with WPI. Timeout called, looks like, or some substitutes. So in we get Lily Bolin, who replaces Martinson at the forward position. Molly Ryan covering the inbound here. Ball passed in, taken by Savage.
Yeah, and if I'm WPI right now on defense, I know they're on offense right now. I just let Tufts shoot all day.
Absolutely.
Great defense by Molly Ryan. Just number 25, Finken, is clearly bigger than her, and still
she stood her ground.
Without a foul, which is the remarkable part.
Seriously. Ball passed down, blocked. DeCandido block shot.
Yeah, didn't have enough space on that shot. Probably shouldn't have taken that.
Exactly. We get a travel by WPI. Turnover. Now Jumbo's possession.
Yeah. Finken just, moved her feet before dribbling the ball, which is a problem in basketball.
I would say so.
That, yeah.
They should look to play a little more discipline if they're going to try to crack double digits at any point soon.
She probably just caught that ball on the run, which I've learned from pickup basketball you cannot do. I had a travel call to me once. Not fun. Finally a three-pointer there.
Made by Wadolowski, the freshman, coming up big.
Puts her at 4, 13 on the season.
Nice poke by Ryan. Ball eventually gets to Knapp, who sees some pressure from 2 WPI players. Now brings it down. Kick out. Bolin with the attempted 3. WPI recovers with a defensive rebound. Ball taken in by Finken. Turned over to DeCandido. Ryan with the 2-on-1. Looks for Wadolowski, finds her. Missed layup though.
Too strong on the layup. Clearly, I think she overthought that one as
I'd say so.
As the pass sailed to her. But
freshman connection didn't exactly work there. Ball with WPI now at the perimeter with Vincent. Pass down right into DeCandido's hands for the turnover. Takes it herself. Sees some pressure from Savage and draws the foul.
And that's a good play by DeCandido there.
Heady.
I think if she had tried to pass that ball, it would have been a little too soon and they're forced to miss. But sure. DeCandido, knowing what she wants to do, knowing that she probably can't get that in the basket, still going up and drawing the contact. So first free throws of the day from anyone.
That is true. Safe play for a team that is, in its own right, had some trouble getting on the scoreboard. So fair to say that you could trust DeCandido from the stripe. So good she drew that foul.
Yeah.
Converts on the first, and now she will take her second shot. She misses there. Rebound recovered by WPI. Pass to Savage, who looks to push the pace a little bit. Keeps at the perimeter. Pass to a teammate who drives. Looks like a foul on Wadolowski.
Yeah, they're going to get her for just kind of a reach in there as she was trying to drive by.
Yeah. It seems like until WPI gets to the bonus, they won't really have any shooting fouls because they can't even seem to get into the paint. But shot converted there by Savage. Gives them their first points of the quarter with almost 2.5 minutes remaining. Otley with the ball now.
Can you imagine if they hold a team to under 10 points in a half? That would be a new just mark for the Jumbo defense.
Seriously. They can be proud of their efforts on that side of the ball in this game. Wadolowski sees the clock run down. Pass over to Knapp. See what she does. Drives. Sees double team. Puts up the shot. Oh.
Yeah, they're going to get her for a travel. She moved both her feet before picking up the ball. I mean, it was the only thing she could do, but that was going to get called either way.
Right, you can understand why she would have had quick feet there trying to put up a shot before the shot clock expired. So now we see WPI possession with Savage at the point. DeCandido on ball, forward, manning the point position. Interesting. Shot put up by WPI, sunk. Clear 2, no defense on. Brings them to 9 points. So we'll keep an eye on the score for the Engineers to see if they can crack the double-digit mark before we end here in the first half. Pass down to Ali, clear layup. Fortunately misses. Rebound recovered by WPI. Slowed down. Ball in their hands, still at the perimeter. Savage there. Holds it. Now Vincent goes for the drive, sees double team, passes to Savage, who goes for the 3. Misses. Otley grabs the rebound, looks to make a pass, gives it over to Knapp at the perimeter. DeCandido back to Knapp, slows it down a bit, surveys her options, shifts over to the right, brings Otley up, who she passes it to. Great hands by Scariotti of the Engineers, which forces a Jumbo's inbound.
Yeah, and that's not just great hands. That's a read right there. She's
Absolutely.
Reading that Otley's going to pass the ball, and you know that the Jumbo system is just a lot of, around the perimeter sort of passing.
A lot of cuts and picks, setting it all up. Knapp with the floater, hits off the glass for 2. Savage moving it up fast. A drive made, some contact.
And they're going to call, I think, they're going to call a charge on
Finken, it looks like.
Finken, yeah.
So, just under a minute remaining. The score is 28 Jumbos, Engineers 9.
And right now, with the Jumbos can take this down to about under 20 seconds. So
Get a little 2-for-1. Love it.
and they decide not to. As a great cut there by Wondolowski. She's got, I think that's her.
She's nearly double figures with 9.
She's got 9.
Yeah, great to see. Living up to her spotlight appearance on the program here. Savage looks like she's holding it a bit. Looks to get an option down low.
Yeah, clearly trying to make this draw this down to the 1.
No doubt. Any way to stop the jumbos, but intercepted by Knapp as she tried passing it across. Knapp sees the clock wind down. Wondolowski trying to end a good half. Shot, miss. Nonetheless, stellar, though. What a great half by the Jumbos. We see something we're not sure if we've seen in our time covering Tufts women's basketball, a single-digit total for either side, but in this case, in favor of the Jumbos, holding the Engineers to just 9. Now we will sign off and pick back up to start the third quarter. Enjoy the half, and let's hope the Jumbos can keep up this performance. Welcome back here to live coverage of this in-state matchup at a conference between the Tufts Jumbos and the WPI Engineers. Score of 30-9. This is Max Goldfarb here, joined by Trevor.
You got it. Took you a little bit, but you got it.
Sure. So Trevor, what do you think the keys to the second half are for both teams?
Okay, so for the Jumbos, they're up 30-9 as Brace converts that. I think really they've defended well. When they've gotten single matchups in the paint, they've delivered. I think the only thing for the Jumbos really is just convert on more open looks. I think they've only made 2, 3, 4 of their open looks out of 12 shots. And if they can get that three-point percentage, get those mid-range shots up, I think that'll be great for them.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to think of it as pretty decent shooting practice for them because the WPI on-ball defense isn't the best. They're getting open looks, so we'll see if they are able to better convert this half. So we resume here now with DeCandido at the stripe. First shot converted up to 33-9. Looks like they're going with basically their starters now. Maybe try to get them some more action before they take them out for the remainder of this one.
Well, it is only a 20-point lead, so you'd imagine they'd stay in for 5-7 minutes of this quarter, see how it goes. If it gets out of hand early, I think you might start to see those bench players come in. I guess I should get onto the keys for WPI then. What do you say after you score 9 points in a quarter? I think it's just, we're having a little bit of a JumboCast conference here, and really the thing, they're very static on offense. You see the play, there's not much ball movement. It's not as fluid as the Jumbos, as DeCandido, actually it's going to be a shot clock violation. So that's exactly what you're talking about, is you have players kind of holding the ball, waiting for people to move. You don't see people moving. They're not active setting screens. The Jumbos, what they're doing right now is they're just rotating in and out, getting the right matchups. And so you got to start setting screens. You got to start doing fakes, that sort of thing.
Absolutely. And I think you see the passing happening around the perimeter, around the horn, just going from teammate to teammate until you see the clock run down about 10 seconds. And then someone goes for a drive, usually doesn't convert. You don't see a lot of, post work, screen work like you were talking about that could really work to their advantage and cause a little bit of disruption within the Jumbos defense.
Yeah, you don't also see them passing into the paint that often. And that's one because they're putting a bit of a spy there.
Jack Knapp with the gorgeous and one. Smile on her face. Heads to the line.
Yeah, and now you're Jumbo's on a 6-0 run here. Now you're really going to see this is kind of do or die right now for WPI. They've got to start, converting on scoring chances, as you're going to watch two WPI players actually go over in conference with head coach Charisse Galasso. So they're looking for answers right now.
Absolutely. You don't want to let this one get out of hand too fast. So ball in Savage's hands now. Pumps, goes back, pass over to the other side. In the corner to the opposite corner, three-point attempted, converted. Converted by Finken.
Actually, that's going to be a two-pointer. She was on the line when she shot that.
Oh, look at that. The foot ruck not even working in WPI's favor.
Well, I mean, you just score, and then you sort of get back lazily on defense. And one of the things we haven't talked about yet that the Jumbos do so well, because you haven't seen much of it, is they are so good in transition, and they will pick you apart.
Absolutely.
And you have to get back on defense when the Jumbos are driving. That's one of their best plays.
Absolutely, and a big proponent of that fast-paced work is the freshman Molly Ryan, who converted on that fast break the previous possession. All right, so now in the ball. Shot clock expired.
Another shot clock violation. 2 in the quarter. This is just, you got to say, this is just bad offensive basketball. How do you let it, how does the first time the ball even get past the three-point line with 5 seconds left?
I know. It's not winning basketball. DeCandido getting double team. Kick out to Ryan. Pumps over to Briggs out at the perimeter. Uncharacteristic. Knapp, the ball in her hand. Ryan with the 3. Just barely grazes the rim. Covered by Briggs. Another miss.
Yeah. So, like I said, kind of the issues for both teams showing their heads again. Shooting for the Jumbos, as Ryan kind of airballed that 3 a little bit, and then Briggs missed. And then you're going to see, 15, 14, not even really trying to drive at all. And then a contested shot, double team on Vincent. And
Vincent at least puts up an attempt to post, but gives up on defense there as Briggs sinks it in for the easy 2.
Yeah, you got a sense that maybe Vincent's frustrated a little bit. I mean, she's attempted 2 threes in this game, which is fifth of her point total.
Not like
or
her.
3-point attempt total. And yeah, they're going to call a full timeout here for WPI.
Trying to get some sort of spark in her team is Coach Galesso. Now we'll look to see if the Jumbos keep the majority of their starters out there, start rotating them out, and maybe get some other players some time in. So now looking ahead to some games we have coming up. We got another. Never mind.
Oh, do you mean Tufts or WPI?
I was talking about Tufts.
Oh, Tufts. Yeah, but WPI, I was crunching the numbers a little bit. They, if they were to, score 25 more points in these next 16 minutes, that would still be their lowest point total of the year. So
wow.
WPI looking at a flat-out, falling on your face offensive performance here. That actually came against Emerson, a team which the Jumbos beat by about 30 earlier. So, yeah, we're going to just continue to see same things, and it looks like a couple subs done for the Jumbos, too.
Savage has the ball now, the perimeter. Couple dribbles. Still up at the perimeter for the Engineers, looking for some option. Oh, wow. One of the first clear looks, missed layup, though, by the Engineers. Foul committed by
I think that's a jump
Tufts.
ball, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they gave the old thumbs up.
Sure.
So possession will now go to WPI. But, yeah, you were saying, that was the one time that really we've seen in a while that Tufts was actually beat on defense, and you can't convert a layup. So,
right,
frustrating day.
Exactly. Oh, and a three made by Lily Paro. Her first points of the game.
First action of the game, too.
Good to see her make her mark. Ball handled by Savage now.
A good thing to see Jumbos convert a 3, actually.
Wow. I had to think it would come from a person from off the bench. Oh, Vincent with the ball now. A drive. Nice defense by Paro.
Yeah, actually, fun fact about Lily Paro. She is the highest percentage-wise maker of three-pointers on the Jumbos, as she's shooting 44% from deep on 32 attempts. So,
go figure.
Yeah.
And averaging only 3.2 points per game. So you got to figure she probably ends a lot of games with a lone 3 maybe. Ball handled now. Foul committed by Emily Briggs.
Yeah, got a little. She was trying to go for the steal there. Just got
a little excited.
Marecki on the stomach. So
a drive. Kick out to Vincent, who takes yet another 3. Miss. Looks like that's not going to do any good, and looks like a foul committed by the Engineers. Ball will be with the Jumbos coming in from the opposite end of the court.
yeah, and third 3 of the day from Vincent, who has, mind you, shot 8 on the entire season. So, she's not scoring. She's trying to score. And that's not what you want to do. Also, I haven't really seen her set many screens today either.
No. Now you'd think as seemingly a leader in many categories on this team, she would be doing some more of that work. Nice block by Sofia Rosa. Given to Molly Ryan, who looks to push the pace. Stops. Give over to Briggs. Nice post work out to Wadolowski. Loses control, but recovered by Briggs. A drive. Another one of those errant passes committed by Briggs. Possession will go to the Engineers.
Yeah, just a bit of a misconnection there between Briggs and Rosa. A little bit of a low bullet pass there. Probably not the right type.
In a game like this, especially, why take such risks. And now in for Briggs is Sadie Otley, who mans the point.
Yeah, and in a game like this, you can afford to take some risks. Of course, Jumbos, you were saying we could look ahead to the schedule. They've got 2 games. They're playing Conn College and Wesleyan, both away. The men will actually be playing those games at home. So we'll have those games for you. And then after that, next Friday, is going to be the big matchup against Amherst.
Right. A nice little NESCAC rivalry getting its appearance. Ball down to up. So like it'll be staying with the Jumbos. That was Martinson on the attempted shot.
Yeah, it looks like Briggs has a bit of a nosebleed, actually. He's getting checked out by the trainer, so hopefully nothing, too bad. Those usually aren't bad. Yeah, block there by Scariotti and Vincent. So
last touch by the Bows, so it'll go to WPI.
Yeah.
Ball handled now by Bauermeister. Looking to get something going. Get past this unlucky 13 for the Engineers. Vincent with the drive.
Yeah, they're going to wave off the basket, but they're going to call, it looks like
foul committed by the
Rosa. Yeah. So, yeah, also the first time we've seen a drive from Vincent in this game. Probably not primarily a ball handler, but
sure.
It's good to see her trying to mix it up a little bit.
Off-ball screen by her, too. Shot set up, but a miss.
Yeah, and that's really frustrating when you get those opportunities there and then you don't convert.
No doubt, especially for a team that is in desperate need of scoring, judging by the score.
Yeah.
Ball up, shot by Paro, miss. Covered by the Engineers.
She's got such a quick release. I've never noticed this before, but she can really get it up there if she wants to.
Seriously, it's good to see. This will be, that was Bolin on the inbound ball to Otley now. Wadolowski handling it. Nearly stripped from Bolin. Caro over to Otley, 3 by her, miss. The 3-point woes continue for the Jumbos. Spirits are high though, and the ball will remain with them.
Yeah, I think that's, I'm not sure if the score updated or not, but if that is what I think it is, that's going to be 4 for 17 on the day from the Jumbos shooting threes.
Is that what you want to see? Keeps them in the low 20s. They're going to want to have some better output once they face stiffer competition. Ball to top the perimeter now. Pressure applied by Otley going in. Last touch by Wadolowski, so it stays with WPI. So movement around, screen applied. Shot tipped by Paro.
Yeah.
Nice play to give Jumbos possession.
A block there for that. So
yeah.
Blocks are always fun to have on the stat sheet.
Absolutely. Shot. 3 made by Lily Bolin. Believe those are her first points of the game.
That is true.
Vincent with, I think, her first points of the game.
That's correct. Yeah.
There we go.
Averaging 11 points per game this season. Leading scorer for the Engineers, and has just 2 points left, or with 1:16 left in this game. in this quarter, excuse me, not the game.
Walowski with the miss. Nearly recovered by Martinson.
And it's kind of clear at this point what the Jumbos are trying to do offensively. This is, I think 3-point practice right now. And, that's the one thing that they haven't done well. They've shown the ability to break down this Engineers defense. So, why not get some shots up and practice this against weaker opponents? Especially with 2 conference games coming up, which is going to be really big if the Jumbos want to make it far in the NESCAC tournament.
No doubt. Such a tough conference. There will be a lot of tests coming down the stretch here to see what their will is like. Inbound here coming from Ryan. Some new faces out here. We got Erin Poindexter McCann, who fumbles it there. Ball handled by her. Over to Ryan. Looking for some options. Martinson up with the ball now. Otley handling it by the 3-point line. Down. Up.
Yeah.
Ball essentially thrown out of bounds by Lily Bowen.
Yeah, I mean, not a great shot by Lily Bowen there. I know the shot clock was winding down, but you don't want to shoot that shot with 2 people on you, and especially so far away from the basket with kind of the sidearm hook shot. That's something you want to do a little closer and with less people on you.
Exactly, and having the height advantage that a lot of Jumbo's players have seen, you might have expected a better shot from her.
Yeah, they're going to call that on Martinson, actually, the out of bounds. I thought that Vincent touched it, but retains possession there.
Benson, open look, lay in.
Yeah, Poindexter McCann just got caught sleeping there. She was looking at the ball, and Vincent just slipped right by her.
Looks like Vincent is licking her chops now with the starters out of the game. We'll see if she can get on the board some more. Poindexter McCann looks, passes.
Yeah.
But it looks like that was a travel.
Yeah, so not a great couple of plays here for Poindexter McCann. Comes in, almost loses the handle, gets caught back on defense, and now travels. Last shot of the quarter here.
Suffocating D by Otley ends the quarter. Nice stand on that high note with the score of a 30-point advantage for the Bows, up 47-17. Now, as we enter the last quarter here, we'll hope to see that Tufts can finish strong. As we said, heading into some tough games in the NESCAC and trying to have a nice run as we head into playoffs here.
Yeah, I definitely agree. One stat, of course, that we've been talking about a lot is turnovers. And right now, of course, it is 21 turnovers, I believe, by WPI to 8 by the Jumbos. So if you put that in, Jumbos have 26 points off of turnovers. The WPI Engineers have 4. So that's almost half the. That's more than half the Jumbo's point total. And really, rebounding is completely equal. It's really just. I mean, the fact that the WPI Engineers cannot hang with the ball this game.
Absolutely. Otherwise, it'd be a pretty close game. I mean, you see, the chemistry and the just the high spirits and energy of Tufts really taken over. That right from the get-go has allowed them to create a lead and maintain it. As they bring out some of their more familiar players with Harrington, Briggs out there, along with Ella Brandy coming back in, Ryan, and Poindexter McCann as well.
Yeah. One thing about Kaylin Harrington, we haven't really mentioned her much. She hasn't played much in this game so far. I think they've favored Rosa Briggs and Dee Candido over Harrington, and actually Molly Ryan has played a lot too. But the thing about her is, she's always in the starting lineup. She can either score, and also Wadolowski, she can either score, 15 or she'll score 2. So high variance player is Harrington with scoring, but you always do a lot of great stuff on defense and offense, as you see there.
Exactly. It shows up in the stats that don't necessarily show up.
It's the hustle that counts.
Absolutely. Even with their goose egg in point totals. So still with WPI. Harrington on defense. Screen applied to Ryan. Another screen. Over to Vincent. Shot made. Deep 2. Impressed to see her range at work there. Some press applied on Ryan. Breaks it. Slows it back down. Looks for her options.
Yeah, and that was an impressive possession by WPI. I mean, you saw something that they should have been doing all game. You saw Molly Ryan get caught in a screen, and then you saw the defense overreact, and then an exceptional shot by Vincent there. I did not know that she had that kind of range. But, yeah, if they had been, I think really just the fact that a screen game is lacking on this man-to-man jumbo defense, probably could have scored more than 19 points so far.
Absolutely. It's how you stop a team with great anticipation. You literally get in their way, which created that shot opportunity, as you mentioned, with Vincent's too. That second free throw miss, recovered by WPI. Now with the ball, Savage looking to make some play, it seems.
Yeah, pulling at kind of the right short leg there. Call for something. Does not go as planned, as she's going to turn it over.
Point next to McCann. Bringing it up now. It's a nice drive. Kick to Briggs. Long 2. Miss. Harrington nearly with a keep in, but possession will go in favor of the Engineers. Savage bringing it up now. We'll see what nifty sign she pulls out now to call some plays. Ryan with the nice defense. Down to Vincent. Brings it down lower. Around the horn to Savage for the 3. No good. Rebound recovered by Briggs.
And once again, they kind of got back to what they were doing so far. 14 seconds it took for the first pass of that possession. And then they had an open look in the corner, and they decided not to take it. So
it's like backyard basketball. Everyone looking for himself. Wow. Point next to Mahan with a nice drive.
Bench is fired up for her.
Yeah. Savage brings it back quickly. Floater attempt no good. Rebound recovered by Harrington. Some press applied. Savage quickly retreats back, though. So we get Ryan with the ball slowed down. Top of the perimeter. Poindexter Mahan comes over to Briggs now, who gives to Alibrandi. Back to Poindexter Mahan. The 3. Good. Oh. Couple of good possessions for her. A rare 3 for the Jumbos. And now we have an even bigger lead.
Yeah, Poindexter McCann feeling herself on that 3. Didn't have that much separation, but a good shot.
Absolutely. Foul on, it looks like, Alibrandi. Yep. That will be, I think, WPI's first shooting foul.
That's correct.
Savage goes to the stripe for 2. The shot no good.
Another interesting stat for you, Max. They've only played 3 subs in this entire game so far, the Engineers.
You'd think they want to rotate more people in, being down by so much, but seems like they're trying to stick with their guns. Savage makes on the second one. We start back up here. Sadie Otley's coming to the game. And now Emily Briggs comes out in favor of Martinson.
Gets a nice hand from her team there. We'll see if we see her again in this game. We haven't seen Jack Knapp in a while, or Erica DiCandido.
It's true.
And for good reason.
Yeah.
Up by 33.
So, Martinson inbounds to Otley, takes it up. Surveys, finds Harrington. Drives, stops in the paint, back up to Otley. Some rotation going on. Poindexter McCann over to Harrington. Nice lane. Over to Otley. Now to Alibrandi. He drives, kick. Up, intercepted by the Engineers. Pace pushed. Brings it back. Oh, finds a lane. Chucks it up and looks like gets the shooting foul. Huh.
Yeah, I thought they should have called it on, I think that was on not Paro, on Otley earlier, but they call it later.
Sure.
I don't think the second part was the shooting foul, or it should have been. I think the first drive should have been called.
No.
But otherwise she's going to get 2.
Now we get Wadolowski back in the game as Harrington sees her way to the bench. Sadie Ali brings it up now to Wadolowski, who looks for Alibrand in the post desperately. Brings it back up to Otley, though. Point extra McCann. Dribbling it over to Wadolowski. Puts on a spin move. Oh, nice shot on the post. 4-2.
Post move there from Wadolowski. Pretty nasty.
She is now up to double digits.
She's got a nice release, too. It's really clean.
Absolutely. A nice look over her defender. Those on defense. There's some confusion by the Engineers, but pass caught nonetheless.
Once again, almost no movement here from WPI.
Ball still on the perimeter. Vincent trying to create something. No give and go there. Passed over. Vincent grabs it. Puts up an errant floater. That's no good.
Yeah.
Rebound recovered by Alibrandi to Otley now. To point next to McCann. To a cutting Alibrandi, who makes a nice move, but air balls on the layup attempt.
Oh, impressive. The ball did not actually hit the rim at any point during that shot.
At that angle, as you said, impressive. Wadolowski on the ball there. Now Otley takes over behind the perimeter. Looking to create something, the Engineers. Vincent hands it off. A drive. Nice block by Alibrandi. Let's see if they push. Nope.
Yeah, and also the drives aren't very quick from WPI either.
Somewhat lumbering, I'd say.
I mean, Alibrandi was able to slide into position really easily there.
It's good to see, though. Martinson attempts the shot but misses. Ball eventually goes out of bounds. I guess last touch by the Engineers somehow.
Yeah.
Well, ball stays.
Well, they pushed the rebound out, and then I think either Bomeister wasn't sure. I think she may have thought it was touched by the Jumbo, so that's why she didn't touch it. She didn't make any effort, really.
Now we see Paro back in the game. And yeah, we resume here with now with Martinson at the ball. Oh, Wadolowski gets open in the paint and sinks a 2. Another nice release from her. Now up to 13 points in the game.
Yeah, Wadolowski, the only Jumbo with double digits. Pretty even spread across the board for Tufts on the day.
Absolutely. She's made the most of her playing time, no doubt. Otley on the ball now, perimeter. Martinson to Parrow on the ball. Down by the. Oh. Wadolowski nearly up. At the buzzer, Savage misses a 3. So now we get Jumbo's ball.
Yeah.
Otley with the drive, some contact.
Yeah, they're going to call blocking there on, I think it's
Savage. No, Otley at the line for 2.
Actually, it's going to be, yeah, it is on Savage. I guess we talk about, forgot the free throw etiquette there a little bit. But, yeah, Sadie Otley is just, she's not going to score a lot, but she is one of those players where everything really, doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but she's going to, she's going to make her assists. She's going to pass around. She's going to play good defense.
She's a pretty mistake-prone player. I mean, you see her playing smothering defense on the perimeter, just making heady plays as she dribbles the ball in 2 possessions. So definitely nice to have her as a depth guard.
Yeah, very unselfish player.
Hard screen applied on her, though.
Yeah, and for so few minutes, for being kind of the 3rd or 4th guard off the bench, she has 2.3 assists per game.
It's impressive. Nearly great block by her, but makes some contact on the hand of of Scariati, so Scariati goes to the stripe for 2.
Line for WPI is number 30.
Makes her first.
Alex Scariati.
And sinks the second. Otley controlling the point once again. Quick dish over to Paro. Takes the 3. Nearly. Rosa almost grabs the offensive board, but possession goes to the Engineers. Savage looking for something. Keeps the ball. Swung over. Down to Vincent. He makes a nice move in the post to put that floater in for 2.
Yeah.
Otley quickly back. Paro almost with that 3 again. Rosa dishes it out, eventually to Poindexter McCann once again with a great 3. Open look for her.
Second on the Jumbos in points today with 8. So
Let her go. Oh, Otley going in for the steal. Nearly gets it. Love to see that in a in a 36-point game. Otley, still going at it with the hustle.
yeah, she's called for the foul there though. But I mean, you saw they committed 2 players to her, or they committed another player to screen her by half court on the logo. So just a testament to the kind of hustle and tenacity that Sadie Otley plays with.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, fun fact, the only players who have not appeared in this game right now are Katie Butler, Amanda Towie, and Alexis Hermes. Not much else I'm thinking about talking about right now.
Nearly made 3 by the Engineers. Vincent trying to dive at it. Poindexter McCann getting in there. Ball looks like it will go to the Jumbos. So good work by number 21. So Otley takes it up once again in her mismatched laces. I'm liking it. 1 pink, 1 white. Rosa with the ball now.
Actually, looks like all the players have that. I haven't noticed.
Huh.
Everyone's wearing 1 pink, 1 light.
Seriously. Poindexter
one
McCann.
Yeah.
Another 3.
I wonder what that's about.
Oh, another knife in the hearts of the Engineers.
Yeah, so I was predicting before the half that the Engineers would get to 27 or 30. Looks like
you're on the money there.
Yeah.
Oh, Rosa
You
with the
doubted
rebound.
me.
I know. Well, you can understand, a little distraction maybe by Tufts that allowed for the Engineers' point total to rise. Another 3 attempted, missed by Paro. Gets it back, actually. Goes for another one. Makes it. All right.
Yeah, you're not going to hold Lily Paro down from behind the arc for long.
That is her game, and converts there. As we see, the conversion rate of Jumbo's 3s really improved in the last couple of minutes here, led by Poindexter McCann. And the Engineers answer. Who knew it would turn into this 3-point shootout as we wind down here. Over to Poindexter McCann at the perimeter. Looks to drive maybe. Over to Rosa. Harrow. Hungry for 3. Puts it up. It's off the rim.
Yeah, a little too contested there for Paro. She clearly wants to get in double digits at this point.
Absolutely.
So we're now into the under 1 minute mark.
The Engineers with the ball at the top of the perimeter. Over to Vincent. Still out there. Looks to drive. Harrow nearly in for the swipe. Oh, nice move by, looks like a newcomer for the Engineers, Presso, with her first points of the game, I believe. Over to Poindexter McCann. Back to Otley. Sees the time winding down. Maybe wants to slow it down.
They're going to call a foul there.
Foul. A little.
I don't.
A conservative.
I'm going to be
one.
honest. I don't understand that one. Did not really seem like a foul. Seemed like she kind of went over and touched her, and then, there's 28 seconds left. It's a 37-point game. I think you hold the whistle there.
Yeah. Well, we end up in the same position. Otley with the ball.
Yeah,
Keeping
shot
herself
clock
way out there.
turned off now, actually. So
They can hold it. Looks like the Engineers would like another possession if they can get it. Not sure why they seem so willing to foul, maybe.
Yeah, and looks like Poindexter Mahan's going to dribble this one out here.
Yep.
Sadie Oddly just, like, telling her, I think that was Savage, telling her just, you know, game's over. You don't need to play press anymore.
Yeah. Well, we end here with the final score of 68 for Tufts, 31 for WPI. Quite the game, dominating fashion. Didn't see much of the two-headed monster of DeCandido and Knapp, but frankly, I don't really need them once they started building up that lead early on in the game and cruise the rest of the way. So on behalf of JumboCast, I am signing off here. Max Goldfarb, thank you for tuning into the broadcast.
Yeah, Trevor Russo also signing off. Join us this Friday as the Tufts Jumbos men's team takes on Conn College Camels. So should be a good one. We'll see you then.